Hey, what's up, witches?
Hey, witches.
All right, so I can't believe it's already November.
It's November.
Yeah, and it's finally getting cold in LA, so I'm enjoying that.
Yeah, a little bit chills.
I hope everyone had a really good Samhain or Halloween or whatever you celebrate.
All Hollow Miss, whatever it was.
Yeah, all Halloween. I'm really excited for this episode because I feel like we have our biggest fan on the pod today.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. I'll let you do the intro because
Okay.
it makes more sense.
Welcome, my aunt Doreen.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. Our biggest fan and our number one listener listens to all the eps.
Yes.
Also wrote us a lovely review. So if you haven't done a review,
We're looking
Get
at
in
you.
Do
Yeah.
one.
we're literally looking at you because we're on YouTube now.
Yeah, we're on YouTube now.
A video podcast.
What are you guys even doing if you don't know that we're on YouTube?
Yeah.
And that we're like a video pod? It means that you
See our
haven't
faces.
listened to our last few episodes, which you probably should because they're Halloween themed and they're really fun.
And we look cute.
And we look cute.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, speaking of Halloween things, I got these earrings. I don't know if you can see them, but they're like little Halloween cookies.
Aw.
Like, you know, the Pillsbury ones that you like cut up
Yeah.
with the shapes? Yeah, they're like handmade by this Canadian artist. And
Really
yeah, I'm
nice.
so excited for them.
Cute.
It's Halloween all year for me. So
yeah. Halloween or day.
So don't come for me. Oh my gosh, yeah, we're so excited. And also, I hear you're like a fellow witch? Question mark? Kind of. Witch curious?
Yes, I would say probably that. You know.
Witch
But,
curious.
I've actually picked up a lot from you guys.
Ooh,
So-
I love that.
I feel like
What's the number one tip you learned from us?
the number one tip. I don't know. I mean, one of the things that intrigued me was the welcome mat and
Yeah.
what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, do you know about welcome mats? Because if yours says welcome, what are you even doing?
Yeah, you're welcoming in anything.
Anything.
To your home.
Helpful tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Don't
didn't
do
know
it.
either. Yeah, and so
Yeah.
I was like shocked because I was like, oh, I'd always had like a welcome mat. This is welcome. And
I know.
Like,
There's and now I'm very conscious of them. Like when I go to Tarjay, like
Yeah.
they're like ones that say like glad you're here, and
Oh
ones
my
that say
gosh.
like welcome inside and burn my house down. And I'm like, oh my god.
yeah, no welcome inside. Don't come burn the house down. Well, do you want to tell us about yourself? I mean, Devin knows all about you, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
I've only met
tell-
you a few times.
Yeah. So you are. So this is. Should I describe you and then should you correct me?
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So this is my aunt, and she helped raise me, and she is an artist and photographer, and has been very published many times over, and has
Musician?
has
Musician.
toured as a musician
So cool.
in Europa, and has done
Briefly, very small tour.
Hey, but it still counts.
It still
Very
counts.
Yeah, yeah.
cool.
No, we haven't been on tour in Europa
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Manifest
You will be.
it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Once we have our 1,000 listeners, I'm still looking
So
at
it
you
is.
guys.
That's right.
We're literally looking.
But has done so many artsy things, has always encouraged me to be artsy and to be open-minded. And yeah, well, how am I doing?
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
I know that she sent you mugwort in the mail.
She sent
Yeah,
us.
I
She sent
did.
us something in the mail.
Oh,
Us?
yes. Something new.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Should we open it?
Yeah, unboxing. Okay, this
Yeah.
is the first Wine Divination unboxing sponsored by Auntie
Me.
Doreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is. She sent this to us ahead of this.
So it would be
Exciting.
here when I got here, and
my
we could do
gosh.
this.
Wait, let's open it in the middle of the table because we have a third camera that is showing things. So I think
Okay.
we can see it. I don't know how wide it is, but we'll see. It'll be a surprise.
I'm kind of excited too.
Keep your gift a surprise.
Oh. Okay.
Unwrap. Oh, there's two in here.
Yes.
Wait.
One.
Dear Christy.
Oh my gosh, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Wait, this is so exciting.
This is like
Oh, and I love the packaging too, the purple and stuff.
Purple is for riches. And
And
it
it
matches
is-
Our tablecloth. Yes.
I'm
Okay.
opening.
It's a thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you.
It's
for
a thank
being on the
you
show.
for all your hard work and what you do.
Ooh, it feels like a deck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm so excited.
I tried to get, I tried to vibe each of you
Yeah.
individually.
Vibe check.
Actually, I'm so curious because, like, yeah, I'm just curious.
I
Like, what is
love
my vibe?
this.
That's so cool.
This is
Ooh, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Okay, I'm showing the camera.
mine is cool too. Mine is the
Wait, these are so cool. Thank you so much.
thank you. They're
You're-
hermetic
That is
tarot.
the Hermetic Tarot.
Wait, we read something about this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in your book. Like, oh, if you have the Hermetic Tarot, and we're like, what's the Hermetic
Yes,
Tarot?
you want the Hermetic Tarot. That's like Aleister Crowley and
the
his
Secret Order of the
crew.
Golden Dawn.
Yes,
Okay,
man.
Golden
yes.
Dawn.
So that's very witchy. But
Oh, I love this.
I heard that you also did comic
Yeah.
book
Yeah.
stuff. So have I. So I thought this would be a nice thing between us.
Yeah,
We could
totally.
share.
I love the like illustration and the style and like
The illustrations
It's
look
so
really cool.
cool.
So
hand painted and bursting with color.
I love those.
I also love it's called the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So I thought.
growing our collection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I learned from you guys also that each deck has a personality.
They really do.
I thought, hey, let's see what these guys have to say.
We should these are the two decks we must offer, I
That's
think.
what we're offering
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Because as a listener, you know that we offer.
Wait,
I
we're
know.
gonna-
Yes.
Also, speaking of offering things, let's get wine going. Okay, so these choices are both from me.
Okay.
I bought some drinks at the bar the other night, and
Yeah.
I told Christy to just buy my wine for me this week. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a form of currency.
So our two choices are we have Freak Show, and it says a Michael David joint. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon 2020, and I thought the bottle was cool. And then we have a trusty Bogle Family Vineyards Merlot,
Love a
also
Bogle.
2020. Yeah, I feel like we tried a Bogle a few episodes back, and
We
we
liked
liked
it, right?
it. Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to try more, so that's why I chose these two. And then the Freak Show one had like such a cool vibe to it, so then I was like, "Ooh, let's see what that's about."
Definitely does.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you choose?
Oh, I get to choose?
Yes.
Yes, you're the guest.
Oh, I'm going to go Freak Show because I've never had, and I've had that.
You've had Bogle? Okay.
Yeah,
I
so-
think they're both California wines. Let me just double check. Yeah, Lodi, California.
All right.
So, and then I don't know where. I guess Bogle Family Vineyards is in Clarksburg, California.
Okay.
So I was I went to a birthday party recently, and I got pretty drunk. And I did the thing of opening the wine without taking off the foil, and everyone was like, "What the fuck are you doing? What are you taking?" But then I thought back to when our friends like Lambert and Patrick literally opened the wine without taking off the foil.
Oh.
And I remember when I was the one who was like, "What are you doing?" And then I thought back to my friends, and I was like, "Stop being so uptight." Like they did it
I always do it
without the
with the foil
Really?
still on. Yeah, it's just like one less step.
yeah. But there's a little knife on here, so you can cut it off.
True. Oh,
Ooh.
There
Oh,
you
let me see
go.
the cork. I feel like there's like something on it. The logo.
More freak show, yeah.
Yeah. I like when they do things on the cork because then it's cool. Yeah. It says Freak Show, admit one.
Admit 3, please.
Yeah.
we've all got our
Welcome to
tickets
my
now.
freak show.
Oh. It's very like, it smells fruity and a bit tart. We'll see.
Wine number 1.
Oh, thank you so much.
We have our glug glug glug.
Thank you.
Glug 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 number 2.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're back with the wine. You know, our
Ladies.
last few
All right.
epissodes we did cocktails, so
Yes,
it's been
it
a
was a
hot
cocktail
minute.
exploration.
And if you want to learn some new witchy cocktails, go listen to our Halloween episodes. We make a drunk witch. We make
Yeah.
Did we make a witch's brew?
Yes.
We made a witchy
a black
sangria.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what is it? The Black Magic Mule, which is like a twist on a it's very I took a sip too. It was very this is how I felt about the last one on Christine's episode. It's just like very tart.
I was going to say tart.
Yeah. I feel this needs to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
I also
keep it open.
feel like maybe 2020 wasn't long enough.
Maybe this is we're at the freak show now.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe it'll develop as we go through the episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, since you're like witch curious and stuff, tell us about what your experience is and like what have you tried?
Okay,
What
let
are
me
you
say,
interested in?
she has a lot of dreams about me being pregnant.
I've had a few.
Like
like now? Like
Not recently.
Oh,
not
just
recently.
in general.
But
And when I was a
Interesting.
teenager, I went to a psychic who told me, I must have been like 18, that I had to watch out for unwanted pregnancy. But maybe she was just picking up on the fact that I was a youth.
Yeah. That's
maybe.
mostly true, I feel, of
Yeah.
many youths.
although when I talked to Devin about the dreams that I've had about her specifically, it's usually like getting to the root of something else.
She also had a dream about me and a demon named
Yeah,
Jackie.
that was a really
Whoa.
interesting one.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me about it.
If I remember it correctly,
It was a blue demon.
it was a blue and red,
Red
demon.
Oh, like how so?
And she asked it, "Are you a demon?" And it was like,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, and it was specifically coming after Devin. It was like,
Whoa.
I'm coming for her, and I wanted to intervene.
Yeah.
So I tried to talk to this demon and be
Yeah.
like, I love her, just leave her alone.
Yeah.
Can't you just do that?
Yeah.
And the demon was like, can't do it, gotta do whatever.
Oh.
And then, weirdly enough, it was red and blue. And
Okay.
its color started to change
Oh.
from red and blue to just blue.
Oh.
And then it said that it would leave her alone. Like, it didn't want to be a demon in the first place. It didn't want to be doing what it was doing at first.
Right.
It had an objective, and then I guess I kind of played on its sympathies or whatever.
So it was like just a conversation.
It was a conversation.
Was there like a setting, like you were at like a bar or something? Like, I don't know.
that
like-
would be great.
or like
no.
on the couch. I don't know.
kind of feel it was like some barren landscape or something. No, it was
Oh.
just, it seemed to be like a landscapey kind of thing where I bumped into this demon named Jackie.
Wow.
And, you know.
that demon don't know that when it walked through my door, I'll be waiting. With my cup of tea.
You got like the salt and
Yeah.
everything. You're like, do not enter.
No, I'll be like, welcome, sir.
But I almost thought that it was akin to something that had to do with Devin's own landscape, like her own inner landscape.
I am
that the
Satan's
demon
princess.
was her
Yeah.
was her own,
Right.
so to speak.
Right.
And that she had choices to make,
Right.
whether she would let this go this way
That's
or let
so
it go this way.
interesting.
I wonder what crossroads I was at the time, but probably that was when I was unmedicated. So.
I think it was definitely probably when you were unmedicated.
Yeah.
But it was like a weird kind of like warning thing.
Get on
'cause
your medicine.
Totally. a
I had to call
premonition.
her and tell her about this dream.
Yeah.
I was like, this can't wait. I got
Yeah, it's so specific too. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you,
But you also said that you knew somebody named Jackie.
I know so many Jackies.
Okay.
but none of them demonic, right?
None of they're all very happy-go-lucky Jackies.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
They're
Good.
all very, one of them just had a baby, one of them just got married.
Okay. Cheers,
Oh.
Jackies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I like have heard so much that your family has like premonitions and very intuitive and like it's like very opposite of my family.
My
And so it's
mom-
very interesting to me.
My mom is just like a very much like a non-witch witch. I feel like I think my mom is super witchy, but she is like, I'm a woman of God.
I think she's been connected with things probably in her youth, like maybe having intuitive feelings
Yeah.
and things like that. She used to have like some like sleep things.
She used
that
to have
were
sleep,
really
like
weird.
literally she used to
And
have dreams
scary?
where she
Like
would
night
have,
terrors?
she would have lucid dreams.
Yes.
Oh.
And she would travel outside
Flash,
of her body.
out of body experiences that she said in her youth that she had those. I don't know if that she has those
Yeah.
so much anymore, but things like that.
Wow.
Well, she has
That's
weird
incredible.
things now where she like speaks in tongues in her sleep.
Get out.
Yeah, and we're all like, what the fuck?
Wow. Okay. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
And she also has dreams. She's like, I had a dream that you and your brother stabbed me one by one. I was like,
Oh,
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Well, maybe.
That sounds like inner emotional landscape.
I was gonna say, yeah, that might be a little.
My children don't love me.
That's a stress dream.
Yeah, a little therapist.
Didn't throw me a
situation.
60th birthday.
Yeah, but so and I don't know. I think I've always been able to kind of talk to Devin about those things. It's not everybody that you feel comfortable being like, oh, I had this whatever.
Yeah.
But she was always receptive.
Yeah.
So,
Devin is very intuitive
yeah,
in general.
I agree. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Exactly.
Can't you see all my energy sprouting from my body? That's what's happening.
Do you do much like tarot reading yourself, or what's your experience with tarot?
I have a very close friend of mine that has given me a tarot deck. My friend Jennifer, it's a shout out to Jen, but she's giving me a tarot deck, which I thought of bringing, but I sent these, so I was like, that's too many. But a lot of the like spirit guide kind of decks too. She's given me like 2 or 3 of those.
And Doreen has given me most of my decks, like my power deck you gave me.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind that, huh?
Yeah, that's actually one that Jennifer gave me.
Not the exact deck.
Not the exact
But
deck,
mine was
but
used.
I wanted to find
A
it
copy.
for you because I liked it. And I thought it was very helpful.
Yeah, that's
And
very cool.
you guys kind of remind me of she and I, because we used to get together like before work.
Yeah.
And just each pick a card
Yeah,
and
yeah.
talk about it
Yeah.
and talk about where we were
Yeah.
and what was going on. Very helpful.
Well, Jen has a lot of life events, doesn't she?
Yeah, well, she was born in Brazil and came here, and spiritism is a big thing in Brazil.
Yeah.
So she's kind of informed me on a lot of stuff. She's always like telling me things about the universe that I
And then she's
would
telling me
never
things
even,
that Jen said.
Yeah, and I always relay them to Devin. I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh, Jen said this.
Wow.
So she is a little bit of my, guru as far
That's
as
so cool.
being involved in this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
again, like born out of a friendship, and
It's a
but-
coven. Call it a coven.
Yeah, it's a coven.
well, I don't like to put labels on things.
Yeah,
You know, who knows? But I don't know, like thinking about today and trying to think of like what I even want to think about was difficult.
Oh, yeah?
Do you guys find that? Does that happen to you at all? I mean, or you
I always
just
got a
like-
problem.
You always have a problem that you want an answer about?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Sorry, we all can't be in a good place.
Well, full disclosure, you guys are in your 30s and I'm in my 50s. So we're in a little bit of a different
Yeah, for sure.
headspace, and
For
stuff
sure.
like that. Some things that I think that I have figured out, and some things I know I don't have figured out. And then some things that I'm still mad at myself that I don't have figured out. Like,
well,
by
you need
this
to let
time.
that go.
Well, maybe we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe that could be my thing.
You don't know yet?
Yeah. I don't know yet.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I mean,
You
they
know.
will, whatever will come out will come
Yeah.
out for
No.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
The cards don't lie.
No.
The cards don't lie.
Also, I realized we didn't say what this podcast is. Like, okay.
Oh, this
let's
is
just-
Wine and Divination.
Yeah.
That's Christy.
And that's Devin.
Thanks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Check,
anyway.
check the box.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how many, 20 minutes in or something. Less than 20 minutes in.
If they're watching it,
Whatever.
oh my god, we should get like a sign or like a banner.
I would love
something,
Oh, like a
something
little
that we could.
hold-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Maybe a little headband that just says Wine and Divination. It pops up.
Nice.
Cute. Wine and
Yeah.
like a Halloween
Cute.
headband.
Right.
The blinks.
Yeah. That
Neon
Yeah,
and loud.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, should we dive into it? Do you want to? So you're not sure what you want read right now. We're gonna see where things lie.
Well, like a specific question,
It can be an overview.
don't have, but an that would be nice.
Okay,
An
yeah.
overarching thing, kind of like what I just said. If I can get a little bit of direction.
When was
Yeah.
your last reading?
When
Oh,
I
good
did
point.
it to myself.
Oh.
Yeah, when was it?
It was about 2 or 3 months ago.
Okay, they
You're
say
due.
You're due. They say
I'm
there's a
due.
3-month expiration
Oh,
date.
good.
Yeah.
I didn't know. All right.
Yeah.
But
It's
also,
probably-
your circumstances could always change too.
Yeah,
Nothing's
of
set in
course.
stone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Definitely.
should we offer the 2 decks?
Yes,
Yes.
we're gonna offer the decks we were
We were gifted.
gifted. I'm so excited.
So you get to choose which one you want to
Ooh, this one's cool. Like the bottom opens up and like, oh wow, oh, ooh, and the little booklet is hardcover. I'm so
Ooh.
excited.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
I love those.
So elaborate.
Oh,
Look at that fool.
I know. I'm so excited. Oh, I need to shuffle this because it's like in order. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle this.
No, let her shuffle it.
Oh, it's
Or you
literally
shuffle- oh.
stuck together.
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
like
they're stuck.
they're literally in
Yeah.
order. So I'm gonna give it a shuffle for. I'm gonna break it in.
Woo!
Oh no! That's okay. You want your cards to be.
This is the second time this has happened.
This is our second spill. You guys see that instant replay?
This is actually the book looks really cool now. It's
Yeah.
like
That's what I
it
told
matches
Christine when
your
she spilled.
it matches your
yeah.
purple theme.
We're breaking them in for real
Oh my goodness!
right now.
Although I was a little nervous about not having like something so specific, but I'm trying to go with the flow these days.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm thinking that's okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think things are going to just come up.
For sure. Yeah.
You know.
I think so too. So you need a fresh glass.
I got a little bit left.
Okay. All right. You might want to mix yours up too.
That's what I was trying to do.
At least the booklet will live. It's not like
Yeah.
the cards. Oh, he's paused. Okay, there we go. We're good.
I like these because they're very bendy. Like sometimes new cards are just like very
Yeah.
like stiff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these are very raring to go.
All right.
So I'm so excited to learn more about how these decks are.
Mm-hmm.
As,
I've been on a roll lately with the decks being chosen.
yeah.
Here we go.
Wine too, right?
Yeah. There was for a while in the beginning I was not chosen very much at all, but then I really stepped it up.
Okay.
I stepped into the aura of our guests.
I'm gonna feel these guys
Yeah,
and see
exactly.
who's talking to me.
I also feel, speaking of feel, I feel that the wine has opened up more. It's less.
I do too.
tart.
It does. Yeah.
It's a little more mellow now.
That first sip was a little journey.
Yeah.
But, we're in a different spot now.
yeah, I think I'm liking it more. So I think maybe we'll see at the end how we feel.
All right. Oh, it's tingly.
Which one?
I'm getting a
Well, hermetic vibe.
I'm getting a little hermetic vibe. I don't know. I think I was curious about this from the get because I've read a bit about Hermeticism.
Yeah.
So, and then I read what people said about this deck.
Oh,
And,
what do they say about the deck? I'm really curious.
I don't know. They're like powerful deck, man.
Oh.
It's I don't know. It's got a lot going on. So,
Oh,
So I'm gonna use the booklet, I think,
yes,
as
All
an
right.
100%.
so should I knock on this deck because I also learned that.
Yes. Go ahead and knock on it, and then what we'll have you
Knock
do?
on it and then shuffle it.
Yes, and then maybe talk about what it is. I know it's kind of like you're not sure and you want
Right.
to go with the flow, but if there's something that
I don't know.
you're-
Something might pop into me once I
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay.
They're awoken. They're like, we've been waiting. And Barnes and Noble. No.
Yeah. Right.
And this Amazon warehouse.
Yeah. Amazon warehouse, most likely. I don't know. I'm just looking at some of the pictures too, which I probably shouldn't do.
Oh, pops out. That's always important.
I feel like this whole vibe is like, you know how like the biblical image of angels is like 1,000 eyes and like rings and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's like be not afraid, and it's
Oh,
like
yes.
looking at many eyes.
Yes.
That's what the vibe I get from this.
That's probably where I'm at too, because I've been talking a lot to Devin about coincidence and just like weird things,
Yeah.
confirmations,
Yeah,
I like to say.
for sure.
All right.
That's it? That's your shuff?
Should I do more?
I don't know.
Like,
to
should
your
I do one of
feeling.
these?
You're feeling
It's
it.
to your feeling.
Yeah.
I don't know. That felt like enough, but I'll do one of these.
Okay.
Just go a little
For
over
good
the
measure?
top.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Grandma's so good at shuffling. I know. How is she so good at shuffling?
She's like a card shark.
Yeah.
I think it's all those years of playing cards. She played cards for a long time. All right, ladies.
Celtic Cross?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Okay.
especially we need a broad sense of we're going with the flow.
Okay, so basically, here, I'm gonna think. I'm gonna channel something in. I guess where I'm at is kind of indecisive. Like I'm not sure where I should be.
Okay.
And maybe this could give me a little heads up as to where I should be.
Okay.
Like career-wise, or like
I think
you're trying to get a divorce?
no.
Or like spiritually, or like, I don't know.
I love my husband.
Shout out to Uncle Wayne.
Uncle Wayne, I love him. No, not at all. No, I mean in like no, just in my in one, probably spiritually, because I feel like the age that I am right now, I'm trying to, you know, when you get midlife, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? You know, you thought you had a couple of things figured out, and then it kind of comes back around and you're like, nope,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So it gives you a little bit of like a jarring feeling. And I'd like to know if that's going to settle out a bit.
Okay.
Basically, like, is that going to settle down?
Right.
Or am I going to come around to being like, okay, I'm feeling like I did,
Yeah.
you know, a
Yeah.
little bit more settled, a little bit more on, you know, some kind of.
Yeah.
So to clarify, were you like waiting for a big life shift to happen because you passed like midlife?
Only inside myself. Like
You thought there
only-
would be like some kind of grand realization?
not that it would be a grand realization, like, you know, but like feeling more settled with myself, who I am, that kind of thing.
You're not settled?
With
Is
certain,
anyone ever really settled?
exactly.
You know?
I mean, I'm settled with certain things, obviously.
Yeah.
But you know, I always have like sometimes anxieties, or sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
I kind of like spin out here, I
Yeah.
spin out there.
Yeah.
Like, will that stuff kind of like,
You are a human.
I am a human. Am I?
Are
I don't
you?
know. Am I? Are we?
Be not
or any of
afraid.
us? I don't know.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
To be determined.
Yeah.
Will you settle? I'm just trying to hear what you're trying to say.
Okay.
And from my
No.
perspective.
Ask me questions, because
Yeah.
that would be helpful. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, because things are kind of like up in the air. Like Wayne and I, my husband, who I love, who I do not want to get divorced from. You know, we used to make music a lot, and we're in a new situation now as far as like our neighbors and stuff. And we used to play at home, and we can't really do that anymore. So that is kind of curtailed a big creative portion
Yeah.
of life.
Right.
Because we did that for so long. And it's been absent for a while. And that feels weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in a certain sense, there was a while there that I was like, I needed a break from it.
Right.
So kind of will those things kind of pick up again? Will our situation change enough to where that will change? You know, stuff like that.
Are you looking for any other creative outlet?
Sure.
Because I know
always.
you do so many different things.
Always.
Like you make these like really cool, like as of recently, these really cool wooden portraits of people.
Yeah, I like doing that. But I haven't made one in a while.
They're
you know?
so cool. I have
And-
one hanging in my house.
And it's of her. But yeah, I mean, creatively, I've probably been in a stalemate. You know, I don't know if you guys have felt
I
that.
feel I'm in that right now.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting out of it right now. Like I'm feeling more inspired
Okay.
of like an idea. Like I have ideas actually coming to me naturally. And I didn't want to like force things.
Yeah.
And I felt really weird because usually I'd have like tons of ideas and I'd like write them down. But
Right. That's
So-
where I'm at.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's kind of like a little bit of a desert at the moment. And I'm hoping that that'll open up again too. And again, the feeling of like feeling connected to it. Like you
Yeah.
want to get into it.
yeah.
Because sometimes the energy is not there.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling connected to it. Like I can't get to it.
I totally get you.
So I think that's where I'm at, if I'm being completely honest. That's kind of,
Yeah.
you know, how I'm feeling. But I also have felt lately that I've been getting like some breadcrumbs. So is it gonna?
Yeah.
Is it
Starting to
gonna
percolate.
What kind of breadcrumbs? What type of bread are you trying to bake?
Well, here's one thing. So
Yeah.
I think my interpretation of what you were saying at the very beginning of your describing what you'd want read is like, I kind of immediately thought of, you know how like tarot is, if you look at all the cards, in the major arcana, they kind of create this hero's journey, you know, and it's cyclical. And I feel like you probably just finished one cycle of the hero's journey, and you're the fool again, and like you're going on the new thing, and it's all kind of fresh, but you kind of already mastered some things. And so that's what I totally got from it. So I'm really curious to know what the cards say. Okay, Queen of Cups. I think that's probably you.
Queen of Cup. Knight of Cup, interesting. Cups are all about abundance.
Waters.
Are they?
Waves and waters.
Okay. Wait, so this is you guys are just riffing here as to what you're seeing, or you're kind of, you know these guys. You know what's going on.
I just know the cups are all about abundance.
Well, I know that Queen and Kings are usually like, it could be the person getting read or someone in your life. But when the Queen of Cups, usually this first card in the Celtic Cross is like something about your immediate like
concerns.
you. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Immediate concerns.
I'm not familiar with this card.
The moon?
Yeah. Is that a card in the tarot deck? Traditional tarot?
It's in the Hermetic.
I'm not sure. We're gonna
You're in
find
new
out.
territory.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
The star is the moon
Yeah, the star.
and the star.
Okay.
Knight
like
of
these
Pentacles.
illustrations.
All right.
Oh, okay. Princess of Wands. There's no Princess of Wands.
There is today.
There is today.
Yeah. Wow, a goat and everything.
The Tower.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, which way are we going? Move this.
Six of Wands.
Oh, but it's a tower reverse, so.
Okay.
That means it's less scary than the traditional
Yeah.
tower.
Oh,
Another cup.
Oh, okay.
And the Ten of Swords reversed in our tens.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So, explain to me this layout. Like, what am I looking at here?
This is the Celtic cross, and
Okay.
we've laid it out so we're looking at it face up.
Yeah.
You're looking at it the correct
Yeah.
way.
So, yes.
Okay.
So, the first card is the card that covers you and describes your immediate concerns, the Queen of Cups.
Okay.
The next is
The two position.
obstacles facing you.
This one?
Yep.
Okay.
Next
Knight of Cups.
is what's known to you objectively.
So the moon reverse.
Okay.
The star is
Reverse.
Lies beneath you and describes foundation of the
In
concern.
the 4 spot.
It can show what's unknown about the situation.
So unconscious things going on.
Right.
Behind you describes past influences now fading away.
Knight of Pentacles.
Before you describes new circumstances coming into being in the near future.
Princess of
Okay.
Wands, which we'll learn about.
I'm gonna say, is that Prince of Wands? Maybe they just make out
No,
all
I
of
think
them.
no. There's like a knight. It could be knight, but it could be something else. We should look at
Yeah.
whatever the booklet says for sure.
This one describes your current state of mind.
Okay.
Tower reverse.
That's funny. Shows circumstances or people surrounding the situation,
6 of Wands.
what you hope or fear, or what you hope and fear.
5 of Cups,
Okay.
Describes the likely future outcome. Number 10.
which is the 10 of Swords reverse.
Reverse. I got a lot of reversed going on.
You
Yeah.
do have a lot of reverse going
I
on.
wonder what that.
Well,
does that
we'll
mean?
let's
We'll
get
get
into
into
it.
it.
Let's get into it
Let's do it.
for sure.
All right.
Card number 1, your immediate concerns. Queen of Cups.
So right off the bat, I know that I assume this is about you.
Okay.
Because this is like a woman or like motherly figure who has, I think a lot of like nurturing and emotional depth. I think like cups are always about like, it's like, if you think about it, it's like your glass is full and like, you know, this you have a lot to offer,
Okay.
a lot of like emotional depth and a lot of, yeah, I think it's like the king
and
and
it's
queen
like, and you feel like it's you know, like me centric. It's like talking about me.
I think so.
Or not another influence in my life.
It could be, but
Okay.
I think maybe once we have more of
Info.
the things, but I have a feeling it's probably you.
Okay.
It's like the first one that came out, and it's, you know, it kind of matches. It makes sense.
This is kind of weird, this booklet. Hold on, I'm trying to find, like, it tells me all the
Like all the nines together or something?
Yes.
Oh, then go to the queen section. Maybe at the end. If you guys know about, the Hermetic Tarot, come join our coven on Discord. A link is at wineanddivination.com or, message us on Instagram because we don't know anything about it. So we're learning. Okay, cup court cards. I found it. Okay, Queen of Cups, Queen of the Thrones of Waters or watery part of water. A fair young woman wearing a crown walks amid the lotuses of Isis and streams of water. To her right is an ibis, and behind her is a cup from which issues a crayfish representing Cancer. Rules from 20 degrees Gemini to 20 degrees Cancer. Meanings: imaginative, poetic, kind, coquettish, good-natured.
So we're upright.
Yeah, we're upright.
Queen of Cup upright
I definitely think this is you.
represents deep emotions, compassion, caring. When she comes up, you're experiencing strong feelings about someone or something. She can also urge you to use your intuition or express your creativity.
This is something
This
that
is
you're
so
wanting to
me.
tap into
Yes.
too. Like I think this is also I feel like this is like a past, present, and future you, and like you at your core. And even though I know the main issue seems to be like something that you may be out of touch with is like your center. Like I think that this is something that
It's telling
and this
me
is-
who I am.
this is-
it's
Yeah.
like reminding me
exactly.
who I am.
I'm like, it's like don't be
Right.
afraid.
Don't be-
This
Yeah.
is an issue of the issue. What? I just had it.
Okay.
So it says ruled by heart, not by head. And I feel like creativity
yeah.
is definitely, those are all issues, matters not of the head, but like of intuition and of the
Definitely.
heart.
And I will just add, because I think this is, so I just recently got these two
Ooh.
bracelets. And this one specifically is supposed to be heart opening.
Oh.
And I was very drawn to that because I am trying to do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep my heart open
Yeah.
and not have it shut down.
Yeah.
Be more compassionate.
Do you feel like you've been shutting your heart?
No, but I feel like sometimes I need to protect it. And this one was protection.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
So I'm wearing both of them. This is my my thought
Yeah,
process
yeah,
here.
Yeah.
So Doreen was the one. So actually, you guys have a thread of connection in my mind that you probably don't know about.
Yep.
But so I hope you're okay with me saying this. When Doreen had a medical scare, which turned out to be nothing, right? It
Yes.
was
Kind of. Yeah.
like a doctor read a CAT scan and said it was a brain aneurysm. When in reality, she's okay. There was no aneurysm.
No.
Oh, okay.
But there was a few days or weeks
Oh, it
that
was like 4
scare.
weeks.
that she thought she had a brain aneurysm
Yeah.
ready to pop.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And inside the CAT scan machine, she wore this thread, ring finger thread,
Yeah.
that she lost. So she got really upset because you lost it. But Christy, you told me that when you're wearing like a bracelet or like something to protect you, if
Yeah.
it breaks or falls apart
Yeah.
or gets destroyed, that means it
took
took
the
the
hit
emotional
for
hit
you.
for you.
I
Yeah.
remember you telling me that. And I was actually very grateful that Devin had told me about that because
Yeah.
it did make me feel a lot
Yeah.
better. Because I have this like these attachments
Yeah,
to
yeah,
things.
yeah.
There was actually, I don't know if it was like when Wayne and I went on tour or something like that. I think I lost a hat that was just, I don't know, I was emotionally
Yeah,
connected
yeah,
to
yeah.
it. And I was like, my life is
Yeah.
the hat. I lost the hat.
Yeah.
And then I felt like I lost something really
Right.
other than not the material thing, but something
Yeah, it represented
inside
something.
me.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
just talking
But-
about the bracelet and about protecting just made me think of that as a protection bracelet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is very interesting, and I think that I am trying to like, if this is reflecting me back to me
Yeah.
and telling me like, remember who you are.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yes, you kind of like time makes
Yeah.
things very wayward.
But-
Just
your
because you're
core.
in a lull doesn't mean you're not creative.
True.
Yeah.
True, but
Hard to
sometimes when you're in a lull, you can't even think that thought.
Yeah, you don't
Do you know
believe
what I
it.
mean?
Of course,
Like,
you're not going to believe it.
Yeah, sometimes I don't believe it.
Yeah.
But I've had glimmers of like, you should believe it.
Yeah.
Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop
Those
doing
are the
what you're doing.
breadcrumbs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the breadcrumbs.
For sure. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Okay.
just at the first card. We're already, it's already so
That's
juicy.
good.
Okay. Knight of Cups in the 2 position. And this is the issue that's crossing you, right?
Oof,
Yeah. This
okay.
is let me just
It's the Knight of Cups.
you seem to have a connection with this booklet. You
Yeah,
read
I have it. So, but I feel this book doesn't tell me too much either. So, okay, this is Lord of Waves and Water. Also, water usually represents like your emotion or like intuition.
This is
or,
obstacles facing you.
Okay, so this is
Okay.
exactly what you're, and I think knights also usually represent like swift action and stuff like that. So
Okay.
maybe that kind of points to exactly what you're experiencing, where there's kind of this drought.
Right.
But the Knight of Cups in the booklet that comes with the deck says that it's the Lord of Waters, Waves and Waters. It's the fiery part of water. A youthful winged warrior with billowing hair rides upon a white horse. His crest is a peacock. For one of the stigmata of water is, for one of the stigmata of water in its most active form is brilliance, as is the representation of the phenomena of fluorescence. Beneath the horse's feet are the waters of the sea. A crab, the symbol of Cancer, emerges from the cup. Peacock feathers and a crab also appear on the lower portion of his shield. At the top of the shield is a crab-like sigil. Rules from above 20 degrees Aquarius to 20 degrees Pisces, including the greater part of the constellation Pegasus. Meanings: graceful, poetic, enthusiastic if aroused, Venusian, I don't know, indolent, a proposal. It doesn't really tell me much.
No,
but
right?
So-
Okay.
This night when he's up, and this is obstacles facing you, but
Okay.
I feel like they're just throwing some truth at us.
Yeah.
Because when the knight appears upright, he can indicate changes and or travel, which you're doing right now.
True.
Perhaps with a lover, which you did.
literally
Sure.
are. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually a change is a pleasant one.
Okay.
But it can also mean receiving an offer or an invitation that sounds exciting but may not be practical or doable. The knight is someone who's fun but immature, unsure of his true feelings, and likely to bolt at the first sign of difficulty.
This might
Is that
be
hard
your
for you?
two. This might be your two, like your
That's-
issue
those are-
versus you at your core, like what you think that you are
Yes.
right now, and the space that you're in now
my
versus who you are.
Yeah, it's just reading me
For Phil.
right down.
Do you,
Right down.
Do you find that you would bolt at the first sign of difficulty?
You know, when like
Tell us and the internet.
no, I wouldn't, but I really don't want it. Does that make sense? I just
mean, it's only
don't
natural.
want to do it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I would like it to be other than.
Yeah.
I really would. And I feel like that is that pull in me right now is
Yeah.
like, can we just do this?
Yeah.
And not do this?
Yeah. You
Like-
know it's there, but then it's like having to pull it out again after it's been out for so long.
exactly.
And then where to go. Yeah.
Right.
I totally
so
understand.
I'm feeling all of this so far is very,
Okay.
So
This is definitely all about, these cards are just about you and I think your identity right now.
Yeah.
So the next one crowns you and describes what's already known to you objectively.
Okay, so it's above in the 3 spot, and this is the reverse moon.
Is there a moon in the traditional tarot?
I don't know, don't ask me, but I saw it earlier in here.
What number does that have on it?
it is
18?
18? Yeah.
17.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Is it? Oh,
Yep.
I missed
Yep.
one.
Yep. 18.
Okay, the moon. So
yeah.
ruler of flux. I don't think we've seen the moon. Very
No,
often.
This is
I'm
a
confused.
this is
It's
a very
reversed.
this is a very cool looking card.
Yeah.
Actually. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Okay. So in general, it says ruler of flux and reflux. Cough. QOPH. Don't know. Back of head. The sign of Pisces at the upper portion of the card is shown by the new full moon. Emanating from the moon are 16 principal and 16 secondary rays, totaling 32. The number of paths of the Sefer Yetzirah. 4 golden yods fall like drops of water from the moon, showing its power over the flux of the world. The 2 towers represent the gateway of resurrection. The towers are guarded by dogs, the jackals of the Egyptian psychopomp Anubis, witness to the disruption and anxiety. The dark waters of night appear below, cast in turmoil by the compelling influence of the moon, suggesting the dark paths of toil and effort. At the center of the card, the winged scarab follows the path of the heavenly bodies, rising in the east and setting in the west. He carries the solar disk in front and behind. Reverse, this means trifling mistakes, minor deception recognized.
So, if this is what is known to you objectively,
Okay.
the moon card is sometimes linked with deceit and self-deception. So
This is exactly probably what's going on.
it's there's disappointment and undoing, usually because you weren't listening to that small voice within. When this card appears reversed, it may advise you to tie up. I think you literally said loose ends.
Stop.
Tie up loose
That's
ends
crazy.
connected to the past,
Yes.
especially to your mother or other women. Yo, let's get Dreama on the pod. We're gonna turn this into Maury.
Oh my god.
Oh, you still have something.
This is very true though, because, and I would just, Jima is probably not going to hear this podcast.
No,
so
we can
I'm
talk
just
about
gonna, I.
Don't
My
tell
mother's
Grandma.
a complicated person, and I have been trying really, really hard to help her with her own self-awareness, which is difficult.
Yeah.
We all have mothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the way that it is. But this is like,
Self-deception.
But this is what you know. You're
You're not listening to the small voice within.
but what I know sometimes is like, you're a lot like her. You know what I mean? And that's a hard one sometimes to swallow. It's like, wait a minute. I have this mirror just
right
at my face.
Yeah.
And I am waking up to
Yeah.
how much that influence has played
Right.
in my life.
Right.
And that's not to tear her down.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want her to feel freer.
Right.
But I get the struggle.
Right.
But I'm not super happy about. I remember like being younger and being like, I'm never gonna be anything like my mother.
That's
Never
what
gonna,
everybody says.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not. But then time drags on, and
Yeah.
you're
Get
like,
to midlife.
holy shit.
Yeah.
This.
Yeah.
So that totally is. Okay. And women, because I am concerned about the other, I think there was like a shift somewhere where, in my younger years, I had a lot of male friends. And then in my older years, I had a lot of female friends.
Yeah.
And family. Obviously, I have like sisters and
Yeah.
nieces and, and I am concerned about all of them. And where they're at and how they're doing.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
I mean, also, like, just
It
thinking
said-
about. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. It made it advise you to tie up loose ends connected to the past, especially to your mother or other women. So it wants you to reconcile.
I'm trying to. I think being compassionate in the sense that I'm giving her the space, like, hey, her life wasn't easy.
Yeah.
She came up at this period of
Yeah.
time. She had these obstacles to get through. And she's 85.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to give that. I am trying to give that space and be, compassionate.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I also think like the grace that you're like giving her is something you can also give to yourself in this time.
I'm hoping that it spans the generations because I hope
Yeah.
Devin gets it too, and I hope what I mean, because I feel like we all need that.
Yeah.
There's like I feel like in psychology there's like the inherited trauma,
Yeah. Of course.
and I think that we're all a product of that.
Yeah.
And every family has a different story about it, but I think ours is real, and I think a lot of things are kind of just like cascading down.
Yeah.
And I would like to see them, like, I think I've said to Devin a number of times, I just like to clear it. If I could clear it in this lifetime,
Yeah.
if there are multiple lifetimes,
Yeah.
I would like it cleared now. I don't want to carry any of this forward. I don't want anybody else to have it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have kids.
Yeah.
So
That's how I feel. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to have kids.
No.
And that's just not me. And I also don't want to like pass anything on like that. And, like,
it's
I don't
kind of
wanna,
like just stopping.
Yep.
the-
I don't want to continue the cycle.
I feel
Don't
like
want to continue the
Yeah.
cycle.
I
Yeah.
inherited the entire cycle.
You did.
Well, that's how it works. Like generational trauma works
That's
that way,
how
and I think it
yeah.
also compounds.
It
as you go
does. I
further
think
down,
it does.
too.
And I think, sorry.
you're good.
I think with Devin, I think not to, is it okay to speak?
Yeah,
freely
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
I think certain things have compounded in you. As I look at people in our family, I think Devin has inherited a big compound of stuff. And she's working through that.
Which is huge. Also,
It's totally huge.
because there's just some times where I feel like it doesn't get dealt with, and it just gets like slapped to the next generation.
But
and then-
she was from the get. You were very adamant about like what is going on.
Because it's inappropriate in my life.
Right. What is
Doesn't belong
right.
here.
You
No,
don't
but
want
yeah,
it there,
exactly.
but you wanted to stop it.
Yeah.
But you had to find out about it.
Yeah.
And then you had to find out about yourself to do
Yeah.
it. And I feel like the same thing. I have to find out about it myself. I mean, things pop up and I notice. But sometimes I don't want to, sometimes I just want it to stop,
yeah,
and
it takes a lot.
Yeah,
I
It's
think,
a,
too.
a lot of
encourage
energy.
you
Yeah.
to listen to the voice within.
yes. Okay.
For sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Well, then I have to, again, kind of come back to.
But this is what you kind of objectively
We know.
So
Yeah.
now we're moving to
Okay.
the fourth spot, which is the unconscious kind of things.
The thing
you
that
may
lies
not know.
Yeah, beneath you describes the foundation of the concern, past influences affecting the situation, show what's unknown about the situation.
Yeah.
Tell me.
So
Okay.
this is the star in reverse.
Reverse.
And so I have here in general from the booklet, it says the star, the daughter of the firmament, Tzadi, fishhook, the seven-pointed star of Venus surrounded and turned by seven more stars, each also bearing 7 points, shine above the waters of Aquarius. The smaller stars appear as symbols for the sacred planets. Each Sephiroth of the Tree of Life appears in the form of a black and white quartered disc representing day and night hours. From these, one can select the most suitable time for completion of the work. The dove of Hermes hovers effortlessly above the tree of knowledge, giving promise to ultimate attainment. In front of the dove is the mathematical conception of the shape of the universe. The woman pours ethereal water from the golden cup and the immortal liquor of life from the silver cup. So in reverse, this is about unfulfilled hopes, disappointment, pessimism, bad luck.
Well, I like mine a little better in the reverse.
Yeah.
It says trust life and its processes and yourself.
Okay.
It specifically says and yourself. The reverse star can mean you're following your path in a private way instead of shining your light into the outer world.
Okay.
The blessings you receive may be spiritual rather than material. Perhaps you feel devitalized, uninspired, or
my
low on
gosh.
self-esteem at this time. After you attune yourself to what your soul needs, like you said, it might be a spiritual thing, you'll feel more energized and in harmony with who you truly are.
Oh my God, the cards speak.
They really do.
They really do. I mean,
I also feel like for the star, I don't know why I like thought of this, but it's like the stars are always there, even though some nights you can't see them. That doesn't mean
Yes.
that they're not there. And sometimes I feel like stars are. It's like I think of like the North Star. It's like that guiding like thing. So like maybe even though you don't see it now, it is there. Just like how the Queen of Cups is within you,
Right.
And it doesn't mean that it's gone. And maybe I mean I don't know how exactly you can bring it back or like fix things, but it just know that I think it's that whole like the thing with the reverse moon saying that like listening to that inner voice.
yeah, come back
And
soon.
and this is what's
It
unknown.
will come back, I
What's
think.
unknown to you, and it says after you attune yourself to what
To
your
that.
soul needs,
Yeah.
Right.
you'll feel
right.
more energized and in harmony with
Well,
who
there
you,
you go.
truly are.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I feel like is that's where the disharmony comes in.
Right.
Because I would like, I mean, also too, this kind of like when you were speaking of the imagery and everything
Yeah.
as well, it is kind of that like push and pull of like, I'd like to know more of what the universe is really about. Like, what are we doing here? What is
Yeah.
going on here?
I don't
You know
know.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where are we? What's happening? So maybe if I just like kind of pull back a little bit and let myself attune
Yeah.
instead of like trying to force my way through.
I like that because there's a quote by Helen Keller in here that they don't all have quotes, but some
Okay.
of them do. It says, "Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence."
Thank you, Helen.
So yeah, the star will always be there.
The star
Yeah.
will always be there,
Even though
You're
you can't
totally-
see it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you have to have faith and hope.
Well,
Optimism.
that's where the spirituality comes in because
Exactly.
that's the faith.
Keep the faith.
Gotta keep the faith.
I like that little analogy you had.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
Very
just came to me.
helpful.
Also, I think it's so interesting that all of these are about like water or like pouring water or like giving water. I have a sense that you're like a really like giving person, maybe emotionally. I don't know if that's true, but like that's
Definitely
what the
true.
cards seem like, and maybe I mean I don't know. The cards have or not the card these past few years have been so tough on the whole world, and that's hard to
Yeah.
realize sometimes.
Yeah.
I think that I've been trying to give myself more grace in my creative drought and being like, I think we've taken on a lot more trauma in the pandemic than
Sure.
we realize.
Oh yeah. No.
And so I'm trying not to be like, I'm like, okay, I have faith that it will come back. I just don't know when. And I'm like that, but
Right.
that's hard. It's
Oh,
hard.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think a lot of us are in the same boat. And me being, I am a very emotional person. I do
Yeah.
connect with people very emotionally.
Yeah. And you give a lot, I think.
And I want to support other people and how they feel and have them feel the best that they can. But I don't always know how to turn it off. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
Because that's
always
just how
know
you
to-
are.
Right.
You're the queen of cups. You have this full
Bounty.
cup that's always full, and you're always giving the water. But then, like, what happens when there's a water supply issue?
When there's a drought.
yeah, literally. So, I mean that's all
Okay.
checking out. So
It is.
Let's see what's in the.
right.
I think we're going to the five
Five
position,
spot.
which
This
is
is
the past.
Behind you describes past influences fading away.
Okay, so we are in the. This is the Knight of Pentacles, upright. Let me find the Pentacles section.
I like this description of the. Should I go?
Yeah, go for it.
If this knight represents a real life person, he's not flashy or adventurous or even a particularly creative guy, but you can depend on him, and he's willing to do what's necessary to bring his goals to fruition. Money, possessions, and status mean a lot to him. He often succeeds through determination and effort, not inspiration or genius. Symbolically, this card speaks of perseverance, dedication, loyalty, and steadiness in the face of change or turmoil. Does this track for you?
Sure, in a way, in my of late waywardness, I feel like Wayne has been a very, if it is a person, I would think he's that person, and he's just been really kind in a way that I don't think that he really realized before. So it's like changed, and he's being supportive in a way that I don't know that he even knew that he wasn't being before. Do you know what I'm saying? Which is very helpful to me.
Right.
Because I think also too, like, you don't always like you guys are in couples, yes, and your couples go through phases, and they're just like you. You have that new phase, and then you have that getting to know you phase, and then you have like, we've been together a while phase, and then we have the like, you're crazy phase, and then like, no, you're crazy phase, and then you come back together if it's working that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where we are now. Like, instead of being like, what, like, what is going on? Why can't he's just being like, I'm just gonna hold you, and let's just try to like get this down to a different level.
Yeah.
and being steady and supportive, and which is great. So if it is a person, I would say
It sounds like it is.
it is that person.
Let me read what the booklet says. So, it says Knight of Pentacles, Lord of the Wild and Fertile Land, fiery part of Earth. Do you know what his sign is?
He's in Aries.
Okay, so that's a
Fire sign.
Okay. A warrior with winged helmet is mounted on a horse dressed for battle. The warrior's shield and scepter both depict the hexagram. The field beneath the horse is fertile with ripened corn. Above the warrior is the head of a winged stag. Rules from above 20-degree Leo to 20-degree Virgo. Meanings: heavy, dull, laborious, patient and clever, methodical.
This is all about like the steadfast person instead of like the let's get witty about it. They're just like they're persevering, and because of that, they see it through to the end. It's like slow and steady wins the race, like the rabbit and the hare, or like the turtle and the rabbit.
I think you're
or the
right.
hare.
Yeah.
I
feel
it's
that.
the person that he's the turtle. There's like
I feel that. I think that. Devin knows him, so
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm looking to her for like, do you
Yeah.
feel that? I mean, I think that's true.
I do think that's true. Yeah, he's very steadfast in like, I mean, he's very stable in like his career. And although you guys have been like, you've toured and you've done music and you've done like wild things, like he's always worked in insurance.
Well, he's not always worked in insurance, but he's always kind of said like, we need, the bills are going to be paid.
Yeah.
We're going to figure out how to do these things. And he gives like a certain stability to our situation.
Right.
And I'm totally grateful about that. And, I feel like that. I feel like this card is him. I think he's giving me a grounding that before, like, I feel like sometimes I spin out.
Yeah.
And he's grounding.
Yeah.
He's been grounding.
Yeah,
me,
I've never
for sure.
known Wayne to spin out. You, on the other hand, you've spun out.
I spin out, dude. That's why we're related, yo.
I know.
You can't hide that.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
But it's not without like things kind of come for full circle sometimes because it's not like he hasn't had, like, his father is bipolar. And, he grew up in a household and, had to navigate that and understand that at a young age and probably still doesn't understand it. You know what I mean? But it has given us windows into other folks that, have the same issues.
Right.
And we can open our hearts and kind of do things differently, given the chance. And I feel like he's affording that to me now because I think I spin out more than he does. He's very grounding. So I think that's
so it seems like maybe in the recent past he's been like your rock, but then you're getting to a place where you need to maybe be your own rock.
I was just going to say exactly what you said. I want to know that I can also be my own rock.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the next card because that's going to tell us about the future.
Yeah, this is before you and describes new circumstances coming into being in the near future.
This is the Princess of Wands.
And this is what I don't think I have. Princess of Wands. Is there a Princess of Wands?
I don't know. This one says 4 princesses, so I don't know what that means. Oh, princess. Okay. Princess of the Shining Flame. So this is about the immediate future?
Things coming into being in the near future.
Okay. So, Princess of the Shining Flame, earthy part of fire, a beautiful, strong woman with flowing hair is attired like an Amazon. She is bare-chested and clothed only in a short kilt. Around her waist is a broad belt of scale mail. She wears a Corinthian-shaped helmet with several plumes. A mantle lined with tiger skin falls back from her shoulders. Her left hand holds a long curved wand swelling at the lower end where the sigil is placed. At the top of the wand is a large rose. A ram's head, part of her altar, is to the right of the princess, and her crest, a winged tiger's head, hovers overhead. Flames dance all about. Rules over one quadrant of the portion around the North Pole. meanings. Desire for power, enthusiasm, revenge can be faithful.
Okay. Well, here's something that I want to ask you guys. I mean, I've heard you on other casts look at the card and kind of read
Just
it
like an
for
intuitive-
yourself.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What do you think about this thing? Since it's an odd, you know,
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be everywhere.
I almost feel like
If she's an Amazonian woman,
like
and
a fierce woman.
fierce
I think this is
warrior
also
woman.
you. This is maybe the you that you're hoping to be and maybe will step into.
Okay.
You know, this like woman who can just take on anything and like, you know, I feel like she almost had, because she has this like knowing look to her. Like she's got this all under control.
Right.
You know,
She's
like
looking like directly at
there's
you.
like the ram,
Yeah.
there's like the tiger, there's like all of this like, but flowers. So I think this is like there's some kind of, it reminds me of kind of like the magician who has like everything.
Princesses do take the places of pages.
Okay.
okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
So I think pages pages usually are they're like the most new to the court. So like they're kind of like sometimes young, naive, but very like eager because they want to like, you know, they help the knights and like they want to, there's something to learn, but also yeah. So I think that maybe wands are also about creativity, I believe. So I do think that this is kind of a new you coming to being that you are wanting to step into, and I think that it's saying that like you will step into this
Because it is upright.
Yeah.
So it's not reversed.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I looked up the meaning of Princess of Wands, and I also am going to read the page
Yeah,
of Wands.
go
I'm going
for
to
it.
do both.
Go for it. I'm curious.
The archetype is that of a unique individual, a nonconformist, often something of a bohemian, definitely independent by nature. She requires little in the way of affirmation or approval. Perhaps a mischief maker, often an innovator or an inventor. The energy represented by this card will only serve others until he or she figures out how to get others to serve him or her. I don't know what that means. This person's freedom is so important they would rather go as a peasant among strangers than inherit fortune with strings attached. I'm going to move on to the page.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about peasants and whatever.
Okay.
Page of Wands represents early stages of a situation or an undertaking. That's good news. So maybe like the early stages of a new creative endeavor.
Okay.
Yeah.
It shows an optimistic attitude, like the other card, another
Yeah.
mentioning of optimism,
Okay.
enthusiasm, and eagerness to succeed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's like because they're
Yes.
like fresh. They're like, I want to help out. Like I'm an intern.
I
you
want to
know,
get
like
yeah.
This is the student card.
Oh,
Sometimes it
see.
indicates a person with a childlike or childish nature, regardless of age.
Totally.
It's starting
Yeah,
a
you
new
seem to be young
starting
at
a new
heart.
endeavor, learning new
Yeah.
things,
Yes.
that kind of
Fresh.
thing.
Yes. I feel like, but one of the things that you said from the other thing, and then you were just like, I'm gonna, but I do kind of feel like that sometimes. Like,
Wait, let me go back to it.
if there were strings attached, I'd rather not have it. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, keep it.
It's
I
like
don't
this.
want it.
This person's freedom is so important they
Yeah.
would rather go as a peasant
I would.
among strangers than inherit
Yeah.
a fortune with strings attached.
Kind of
Right.
true.
Don't be fooled by this humble appearance. This person is a future captain of industry or world leader now serving an apprenticeship.
Well,
So
Leader.
it's the thing I'm drawing
but
from
maybe
both
the
of these.
world leader of my own world.
Yes.
Like me.
For sure.
The thing I'm drawing from both of these different explanations is that it's starting a new endeavor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Learning something new.
It's like what I said, stepping
Yeah,
into
totally.
the you that you
The
always thought you
unit-
were going to be.
right, okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's always the, like, what I'm getting so far from these, what is it, like 6 cards, is like, you're afraid that that something is gone that you once had, but I think that it is there and it is coming. So don't lose faith in that it will come back.
Okay.
I like this. I don't know why I like this little part, but I feel like for whatever reason it might resonate with you. These people are sometimes seen planting a staff like a flagpole into the earth in the far off wilderness where they can start fresh without having to make any compromises.
time to move.
No.
No.
Wayne and I want to move to like the woods. Yeah.
Start
Yeah,
fresh.
like, you know, yeah. I mean, we feel like
Interesting.
where we are right now is fine. We have to be there right now.
Yeah.
But our thought is to go somewhere where we could just be like as creative as possible, make noise, do whatever, that kind of stuff.
It's coming.
So I hope this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so happy about this car.
Yeah. No,
Yes,
it's very
princess
promising.
energy.
Let's see about the last 4
Okay.
placements. So we have the tower in reverse.
Not as scary as the tower upright.
In the
Oh,
7th
okay.
position. So that tells us.
Current state of mind.
Okay, so this is.
And which is okay without
That's
reading.
kinda sounds-
It sounds like
Yeah.
what you're going through because we know the tower well.
Okay.
And the tower is usually chaotic. It's like you have to blow something up to start anew.
Yeah.
But it's reversed, so it's like less kind of that vibe.
Yeah.
But if it's your current state of mind, I kind of feel like you're like looking for this kind of zhoosh thing to happen.
Sure. Yeah.
But like you said earlier, and I was asking you, I'm like, well, do you like? I lost my train of thought again. But it's the wine. It's
Yeah.
it's
it
a freak show.
happens. It's okay.
It's gotten better for sure.
I like it.
this more.
Yeah.
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 I
but
like its vibe actually.
I Oh well, let's get
No,
into
no.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I can go. In the booklet, in reverse, I'm gonna start with the little like keywords first. It says continued oppression, following old ways, entrapment. I feel like this is what you're afraid of for sure. Even though there's another card about your fears or hopes, but I feel like your current state of mind is like, is this
absolutely.
gonna stay forever?
Sure.
So it says the blasted tower. It's not just the tower; it's a blasted tower.
Totally.
Lord of the hosts of the mighty, Peh, mouth. A blast of lightning renders total destruction and clears the way of new forms for new forms to emerge. An outline of the tree of life appears on either side of the tower, the Sephiroth back on one side and white on the other, suggesting the wide scope this card may cover. The symbol of Mars appears at the upper left of the card. And so again, in reverse, it's like continued depression, following old ways, entrapment. This is like your current state of mind. I definitely think this is like the fear thing that you're
definitely the fear
locked
thing.
into.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of feel this too. When the tower appears reversed, and this is your current state of mind, so you might be thinking like, "Oh, I'm afraid of."
Sure.
I'm refusing to change old habit patterns and will suffer continued disruption in the form of unforeseen difficulties until I finally get the message. At a deep level, you're being prepared for the change that must eventually take place,
Totally
but you're
asked that.
resisting what your inner self knows already. Once you alter
This deck has been
it's
telling you
really-
exactly
totally.
what you need to hear, even if you don't want to hear it.
Once you alter limiting beliefs and behaviors, you'll experience a new sense of freedom in your life.
It's a thing you don't want to go through, but
Just go
you're
through
in
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get to the other side.
Yeah.
It's the changing the behaviors that's difficult.
It really
You
is.
know what I mean? I mean that's what it's. Yeah.
It takes 21 days to form a new habit.
Really?
does.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's it?
Yeah.
No, but I think 21 days is quite tough.
Yeah,
I think,
I
like,
agree
The
with
commitment is
You do
real.
one
It's
week,
hard.
you're like, oh, and then you're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm just gonna like, you
Yeah,
know,
no.
stop. You know, just like little treat, and then you like totally fall off.
Yeah.
If you're watching me on YouTube right now, hit this vape. It is a 0 nicotine vape because I am quitting.
21.
So
21. Mark 21 days on your calendar.
go
yeah,
fuck yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I love you.
All right. Yeah. I
Okay.
get it. That is. Yeah.
It checks out. I think this is you're in like a tower moment, but I think it's not as bad as you think.
I think I need to make the commitment. I just need like the 21
like
days. I
push
need to
through,
make
yeah.
the commitment and say, you know what, make the commitment, see where you are.
Yeah.
It might do you a world of change.
I think it might.
Yeah.
No,
Try, like, maybe,
I've
like,
been thinking about it, but I haven't been doing it yet.
I don't
Do
even
know
There
what I
you
mean?
go.
And I'm
yeah.
just gonna say this because I don't know what kind of commitment you're like wanting to make.
Yeah.
But like whether it's not like, and I'm not an artist, so I don't fucking know. But
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you are.
whether it's like I'm gonna sit down and draw a human face once a day.
Yeah.
Or like where I'm gonna sit down and cut out the board of a fucking
Right.
portrait.
Yeah.
Just one activity for 20. That might be really fascinating to see what happens if you actually track it over the course of the 21. Yeah. And then when you're at the end of it to just be like, oh, how far did I, like, what did I, you probably would do so much.
No, I hear you. What
was the journey?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny because I've done these things before in my life. Mm-hmm. It's like I've done things like that. Mm-hmm. Like when I was going through like all that weird head shit and all that stuff. I was drawing like these things every night. I would do like, we watch a lot of films, we watch a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Every night I would do a drawing with my eyes closed every night before bed. Just one. That's fun. And at the end, I filled a whole notebook of things. But I haven't even been getting anywhere near things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
it's hard. Yeah.
It is just making that kind of commitment. And also to the other commitment that I feel like I need to make is there are certain behaviors of myself that I would like to change. That's like my emotional stuff, my, you know, how I react to things. And that commitment is almost like I don't know how to mount it. Like I don't know how to get there, but I have a couple of ideas of what I can do. So I need to commit to them.
Yeah.
I think this is just telling me.
Be like the night.
I need to be like the night.
Yeah. Steadfast.
Also, I wonder if it would be helpful to do like a little ritual to like let go of the things that you don't want, and also to like invite in the things that you do want as a part of yourself. I feel like sometimes to be like, to have that symbolism, to do something like you write down a list of, you know, traits that you don't like or things that you don't like about your life, and then things that you want to be or want to do, and then you like burn it. It's, I think we're gonna do an episode of that like in a few episodes.
Oh, okay.
So
good.
burning ritual.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen and
because sometimes it's helpful.
Maybe I'm gonna play along because I think that's I think you're right, and it is, you know, part of getting, it's just like that part of getting stuck, you know, and getting past that first hurdle to say like, you know what, it's been 2 days, not just one. It's been 3 days, not just 2. That I need to get in that headspace.
Exactly.
So. The next card is the
8th position.
Circumstances and people surrounding the situation.
Okay, this is 6 of Wands upright. I have it here. It says Lord of Victory. 2 hands.
Sit back for this one.
Oh yeah, of course. 2 hands grasp 6 crossed wands. Flames issue from the point of junction. At the tops of 2 of the wands are eagle heads representing Jupiter. On the others are arrows and wings emerging from the flowers. Above are 2 small wands with pointed flames together. The bottom 2 flaming wands point away from each other. These wands are all used by the Secret Order of the Golden Dawn. At the lower center are flames rising from clouds. The symbols for Jupiter and Leo appear at the top and bottom of the card. Jupiter in Leo, 10 to 20 degrees. Angels, Scytale in Olmia.
Ooh, specific names.
Yeah, that's just what it says. It says Angels, Scytale in Olmia. Meanings: victory after strife, conquest, triumph, success through energy and industry, insolence, pride of riches.
I love this card. This is such a strong card. Yeah. Circumstances and people surrounding the situation. So I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm just going to jump right in here. The 6 of Wands is the victory card. You faced challenges, won the fight, and deserve the accolades you received. Success and good fortune are yours. The 6 of Wands promises a time of happiness and fulfillment. You've marshaled your energies during times of struggle and overcome obstacles. What? Okay. Now you're on top and can expect recognition and rewards. You feel good about yourself and your accomplishments. Sometimes this card shows recovery from an illness or setback.
So I think.
So wait. So this position is what?
Circumstances or people surrounding. Okay. So
I also feel like this is it. I think it's a sign pointing, like going back to what the rest of the reading has been saying so far, is that like you're gonna get there.
You need to get there.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
Like don't give up.
It's like I feel like I need to get there.
Yeah.
Well, the circumstances surrounding you say that you will succeed once you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
love this reading.
So it's been really interesting.
Okay.
9 indicates what you hope or fear, or what you hope and fear.
Okay, 5 of Cups.
Totally hope and fear.
Sometimes it's hard to tell,
Okay.
Okay, 5 of Cups upright in this position. It says Lord of Loss and Pleasure. 5 empty cups surrounding a large inverted pentacle in the center of the card, suggesting loss. At the bottom of the card are fallen water lily petals. Although the lotus stems ascend between the cups in a manner of a fountain, no water flows from any of the cups. Above and below appear the symbols of Mars and Scorpio. This card pertains to the first decan of Scorpio ruled by Mars. Thus, Mars in Scorpio 1 to 10 degrees. Angels Lavoya and Pahelia. Meanings: death or end of pleasure, partial loss, disappointment, sorrow, treachery, sadness, deceit, ill will, detraction. I think this is a fear thing.
Okay.
The
I
whole
think this is a
empty
fear
cup
thing.
100%.
100% fear. And I think you and I need to make a rule that whenever I come across a description that says one of the saddest cards in the tarot, we should take a shot or something. Because
Okay, let's
this
have a
says,
let's have a sip.
let's have a sip.
Is this the
Cheers.
one?
This is cheers. One of the
Another
saddest
one.
cards in the tarot.
Okay.
I think it's like the 3 of Swords, and then
Yeah.
like this card, and then like another one.
3 of Swords too. One of the saddest cards in the tarot. The 5 of Cups often shows a solitary person standing among overturned chalices, spilling their contents onto the ground. The sense of despair,
Being
hopelessness,
empty.
grief, painful
Yeah.
to see. Although 5
This
is
is
the
a
number
fear for sure.
This is interesting. Although 5 is the number of change and movement, this card suggests an inability to rise above the sadness, loss, or disappointment to
my
move on.
God, that's
so
so
you
me.
afraid that you're not gonna
Yes.
make your changes.
I'm afraid that I'm not going to make.
For
But
sure.
I'm also one of my biggest things is is loss. It's the way that I deal with loss. I feel like I've just had so much loss in my life that sometimes I don't even know another loss. I don't even know how I can handle it. I can't. I
Right.
just don't know how. And that is my biggest fear. That is
Wow.
how do I get past that feeling of loss?
Yeah.
It is like
An inability to rise above the sadness.
it's an ability to rise above the sad. I'm just gonna you know the asterisk, but I'm gonna give Christy because she doesn't know the asterisk.
Sure.
So recently, a very close friend of mine who I've never met,
Oh.
but we were very close for 20 years. We wrote letters to each other,
Oh, I love that. Pen pal.
pen pals, and he lived in Belgium, and I live in New Jersey. But we connected through photography, we connected through music, and we just had this friendship, and we're there for each other.
I love that.
Writing for years and years and
Yeah.
years. This year, he committed suicide.
Oh no.
And we were the same age.
Yeah.
And with some of the same issues. And
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like that amplified,
Yeah.
basically. Like, how do you? I don't even know how to,
Yeah.
quantify
Yeah.
how it made me feel.
Yeah.
In the respect, and now it's weird to say, but this person who I've never met, I don't even know what his voice sounds like. I don't
Yeah.
know all of these things, but he was always a friend to me in a very specific way,
Right.
and a very supportive friend in a very specific way that is now gone.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, on this trip, this would be one of the things we would share travel with each other. So he would
Right.
send me a letter that I traveled to Prague, and I would get his tickets from
Oh, I
his
love
travel,
that.
and I would get
A little scrapbook thing.
a little scrapbook
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I would get a postcard. I would get,
Oh.
all of these things from his travel in
Yeah.
Europe.
Yeah.
And then I would do the United States, we're in LA. I'm going to send Mark this because it's LA, and I'm going to send him
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I'm on this trip, and I'm looking at things, and I'm like, I would send that to Mark, but I can't because he's not here.
Yeah.
And not only is he not here, but he decided not to be here.
Yeah.
So
That's a whole other like
it's a
level
whole
to it.
other level. So this is very real for me.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly, we'll see when we get here, but
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
how exactly to push past that feeling
Yeah.
of just like things can be such shit, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't, and I feel I would never, I would never put him down for the choice that he made. I know it's
Yeah.
real, and I know the struggle is real, and he didn't make it, and that was his choice, and he had enough, and I need to respect that in
Yeah.
a certain way. But I really wish he was still here.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yeah.
In the world, it was
Yeah.
just like, you know, an ally in a satellite position.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah, and that's a tremendous loss to me.
Yeah.
And so that is my fear. This is all it. This is like, yeah, things could flow from here to there, but how do you get it to do that?
Well, this is the traditional drawing, and it is very sad.
Can I see it? And of course it's very sad. That's fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
This is me.
Yeah.
I feel that.
All the cups on the ground.
I also
Totally. And knocked over
Yeah.
and like, no.
The party's over.
Oh my God, the party is
Yeah.
over.
I think it's also so interesting that this has like they say like fallen water lily petals and also like lotus stems, and I think that it's, I don't know, there's something also a little hopeful in when I see like lotuses.
A lotus, yeah,
they
no.
come from muddy water and they're
yes.
so beautiful, and I think
Absolutely.
that's
They're still there.
yeah, exactly.
Like you said about the stars.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you'll always have your connection with your pen pal, and
Yeah.
and I think that yeah, I don't know, there's something to definitely treasure in that, and then also like, you know, from this muddy water thing, you know, like the beautiful lotus can
I love that.
come from
It
that.
can rise again.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think in this card, like I know that some are lotuses and some are like water lily petals, and they're a little bit tangled up and like a little bit like, you know, but they're, you know, kind of, I feel like they're like together in this and they're searching for something, and I feel like maybe that was like you and your pen pal, like
Sure. And I you know, it's not like it's that thing about loss is like you still carry that.
yeah,
You still carry that, but you just get wayward in like well, will the bloom happen again?
right,
I had the lily's there.
Yeah.
I get it. It's floating on the water. Everything is
Yeah.
as it was.
yeah,
And certainly in my life, you know, it's not like if something happened to one of you guys and you were like, oh, something happened, you know, something happened to Devin, and
yeah.
you know they're not there anymore, and you feel that. It's. Well, I believe that you carry it with you. I just want to feel the other side of it too.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, I read ahead.
You did.
Yeah,
I read ahead.
Oh my gosh,
All
go.
right,
Okay, let's
do it.
jump into
Do
our
it.
final
This
position.
is the likely future outcome.
This is here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
number 10,
Okay.
the likely future outcome.
Okay.
This is 10 of Swords
it.
reversed.
In many decks, not this one,
Yeah, this one we don't know.
but in many decks, the 10 of Swords depicts a man lying on the ground with 10 swords stuck in his back. Ouch. But 10s represent the end of a cycle and the start of a new one.
This is literally what we were talking about at the beginning.
Therefore, this card symbolizes an end to the suffering and sadness you've endured just in time, for you probably couldn't stand much more.
I can't stand anymore.
In reverse?
Oh, it's reversed?
No, it's reversed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the upright,
Oh,
but we
no.
love it. We love that.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
reverse.
Okay, that was all a lie.
Oh no, I'm afraid.
Now our hopes are up.
Oh no.
Okay.
Now I'm afraid.
No, but I think mine is still good. Should I
Okay.
just go
Yeah, go
first?
ahead, you
Okay.
go.
Okay, hit me.
Okay, it says 10 of Swords. In general, this is Lord of Ruin. The 8 swords, 4 from each side, are pointed in different direction than in the previous card. The hilts are now on the outside and the tips face inward. 6 of the tips actually going through the hilt of the opposite sword. The swords are disfigured to suggest total ruin. Okay, commotion. Total ruin. No, I'm just kidding. The 2 center swords are crossed at the middle and they appear undamaged. Although no rose, flower, or bud is shown, the remnants of the center rose seen in the previous card now appear in total disintegration. The symbol for the sun appears at the top of the card and the symbol for Gemini at the bottom. Sun in Gemini, 20 to 30 degrees. Angels, Dambaya and Mankal, but the meaning in reverse, it says clever, cute, eloquent at times, beneficial, improvement.
Okay.
So I don't know what yours says.
Okay. Mine says stop deceiving yourself or stalling due to fear.
Okay.
Delaying only makes things worse. Stop making excuses and choose a course of action.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, that's still really
legitimate.
Good.
It's legitimate.
It
I
still
get
kind
it.
of goes with what the
Yeah.
upright says, but it's kind of being more direct in that, like,
It's
you
you
gotta
need
make
to
this.
get past
Yeah.
you, which I think this whole reading is like I have to get past me
Also, believe in yourself.
and believe in myself.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes the
It's hard.
hardest
And it's like,
thing.
why
Yeah.
stall? It's like happiness is there.
It's right
The
there.
flowers there,
It's
just
right
keep
there.
going.
Just
keep
keep
following
going.
the stem.
Why?
The only thing stalling
Yeah.
is you.
No.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Don't get fixated on that bit of stem. You just got to keep going to the flower.
But that's
Yeah.
what happens to me.
No.
You know, it is telling me what I need to know because that I'm stalled here
Yeah.
and I can't.
Yeah.
I can't for long.
Right.
And I know that.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, deep down, I know that. So
Yeah.
this is saying, don't do it. Get on with
Because
what
you
gotta
can
get on.
certainly get stuck in here for a very,
course,
very
yeah.
You
long
can.
time.
Oh yeah, no.
You got to fill
I-
your cup back up.
No, I have. I've been here before.
Yeah.
So that this is like a very familiar feeling that I've had before. So it is really pushing me to be like, listen, take the reins,
Yeah.
go where you got to go, get where you got to get.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Don't stall.
Yeah.
Right.
The Queen of
Go.
Cups is still there.
Yeah.
She's still
Princess
there.
of
This is all
Wands is
still
You
still
have
there.
your knight right here.
Yeah, supporting you.
Yeah, don't stop.
You have this in coming into future hopefulness
this is my
of
future
Amazonian
This whole
woman.
I love
Lord
this.
of Victory,
Yeah.
6 of Wands situation
Yes,
too.
yeah. And I have this whole thing is going to be on YouTube and I can refer back to it so I don't
Yeah,
forget.
true.
And this is very helpful actually
Yeah.
because you know, I the readings that I've done before on myself or I need to kind of have something that gives me that reinforcement to say, "Hey, look back.
Yeah, this is
take
where
a
you
look,
were at.
Keep going.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep going."
And
So,
when you have no stars, there is the moon still.
there is the moon.
That's so true.
Thank you guys, because that's you know I needed all of this. I think.
I think that it's crazy because it's like the star, the moon, these flowers. It's like it's all there.
It's
you
all
just,
there.
even though you can't see it, don't
Right.
stop believing that they're there.
Right. And I keep trying to look at like, you know, Devin knows that I'm into nature, so I'm always trying to look for that like. What's that thing that's just starting
signs
to
of
grow?
life.
What's
Signs
coming
of
up?
life,
Yes.
yeah.
What's
That's
coming
you.
up? Yes.
You're the little sprout.
I'm a little sprout.
Nurture the little sprout.
Nurture
within.
the sprout. We need to put it in a can and put it on the windowsill. So
I
it can
need some
grow.
sunlight.
Yeah, lots of love,
yes,
lots of
yeah,
self-care.
yeah, yes. Oh my God, this is just amazing.
What a cool deck.
Yeah. Should we take a photo? Here, I have a camera.
Yes,
Please
please
do.
take a photo of this. If you want to check out the spread, it's on YouTube in a full video format and also on our Instagram, wine.divination on Instagram. While we're taking the photo, let's talk about the wine. What do we think? I know it's
I
changed
warmed
a
to
lot.
it.
Yeah.
It's
I
like
like it.
it's like this spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to like okay
Get past the hurdle.
Just had to get past the
It was a
hurdle.
little tart at first and then
A
it
little
mellowed
tart
out.
at first,
Yeah.
Embrace your inner freak. It's okay.
Yes, freak show. Again, the wine
yes.
is it's a Michael David joint. Freak show from Lodi, California. It's a 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon. It has cool artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is really
It's like a whole
what drew me
collage
to
thing.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
couldn't say no to the artwork. It was one of those things, but
And this is the Hermetic Tarot.
yes. Do you guys know about Hermes at all? Have you checked
Tell
into
us.
Hermes?
Not too much.
Hermes Trismegisto. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me. But Hermes, what about Thoth, the Greek?
Just not a lot. We're very like,
All
early in
right.
this whole journey.
All right, so this is like you can travel into these realms, and I thought this deck would kind of like give you guys an avenue to check some of that out. But Thoth in Egypt, and you see a lot of Egyptian things in here and stuff like that. Was kind of like the bringer of knowledge, basically. And Hermes, I guess, is like, I don't know if
it's like a messenger, right? Or no, not that Hermes, a different Hermes.
No, I don't.
The Greek Hermes.
The Greek Hermes is the Egyptian Hermes is the Thoth.
Right, they're all the same. Huh?
They're like the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. Worship by different people at different times, but it's all like the same entity, basically. And the bringer of knowledge, and I guess kind of what this
They're
stuff
swift
is all
and
about,
fast too, right?
Yeah. And I thought these cards were they're connected to that. They're connected to that very ancient idea of what bringing knowledge is.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought sharing them with you guys would be. And I certainly feel that here. I certainly feel like it's got all of that, the elementals going on. And
I love
Cool.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. To wrap things up, do you think that you're going to do, I guess, are you going to do more check-ins with yourself through tarot, you think, moving forward? What did you think of this reading, and how is it?
This reading has been awesome. I will just say
I think
that.
so too. This is like, these cards have been like, wow, like so coherent.
It's been pretty on point.
Yeah.
And, I would like to, I have a deck. It's a different deck, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'd have to, the thing about it is sometimes it's hard for me. This is great because you guys did the reading.
We're learning.
Exactly.
We're still learning.
It's hard when you're
But
doing
it's
it
hard
for
when
yourself.
you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I want to say. And so I do have a deck, and I will try it again. But I really like someone else just doing the hard work, and I don't have to do the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And your interpretations and the asides that you had were very helpful and on point, I think. So I will try on my own. But I might consult you guys.
Yeah, of course. We're always open.
I'll put out a spread for myself, but I think I'm gonna send it to y'all, and then you can give me info. And just say But so the suggestion is 3 months, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of good for a 3-month span.
This
of
is
time.
the spreads are always about, when you do a reading, it's all about your current mindset. And also guiding you to how you can, to a possible outcome. But then, that can always change based on things that happen. But I feel usually spreads are good for about 3 months.
Okay. Because you have to contemplate for a while, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think about it.
You have to
take
give
it all
yourself
in.
time to make change.
Right. And change, like we said, however many days it takes to make that
21 days to form a habit.
21 days to form a habit. Well, I'll send you guys an info in 21 days and see where I'm at.
No, we'd love to know, and maybe in the future do an update. We do have updates planned. We're gonna have Ivy back on again and see what's the tea with her mom.
I can't
Who
wait
directed
to find
the
out.
film?
I can't wait to find about.
Did they go into
about
business
that.
together? We'll find out in a few months. I think in probably in January or February we're gonna have her back on.
And it's funny too because I feel like I'm rooting for certain things and that I want to see this happen. And then I want to know what happens.
My mom very much was on 100% Ivy's side. She was like, poor Ivy.
But I think we were just I was kind of down with her just doing it. Just do it.
Me too. That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like, just do it.
Have some fun with it.
Yeah.
And also in that retrospective, thinking of the mother connection and stuff like that. You know what? Years from now, you might just be like, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Big
And
learning
With my
experience.
mom.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to listen to what you guys got coming up next.
Yeah.
Cool. What do we
Also,
have coming up next?
Speaking of
Yeah.
what's coming up next, we're actually going to be talking about numerology with Doreen.
We are,
here.
right? Our numbers?
Oh, those numbers.
Yes, because you had some really. So okay, everybody,
Oh my God.
let's not talk about it now. Let's save it for our next episode. So tune in to our next Witching and Whining About It, all about numerology, which we have nothing. We know nothing about. But
No.
Doreen had some very interesting findings.
There's a book.
So we're gonna dive into that.
Yeah.
Also, let's do our ratings for the wine. So at the end, we didn't like it. Now
Right.
we kind of like it.
Yeah.
How many Devins do you give it, Devin?
3.5 Devins.
3.5. Okay. What about you?
I think I go. Is this on a scale to 5?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd do 4.
Okay. 4. Oh, that's pretty. That's
I'm
pretty
feeling.
good.
I'm feeling
That's
it.
pretty good.
I'm feeling it.
Let me see. I definitely think I also give this a 3.
Okay.
It's like I can't chug this, so I can't give it a 4 or 5. So you know.
Well, I guess you guys are chuggers. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a
yeah.
sipper, so
Yeah.
this is working for me.
No, that's perfect. If it's perfect for you, then I think I feel like when I started off, it was like a 2, and then we went up a whole star. So
I
Yeah.
think we all started at 2. I
yeah,
think
it
we
was
were all
like,
We were all like,
wait a minute, maybe
this
I
is
made
a
the
freak
wrong
show.
choice.
Yeah,
But, yeah.
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 But it grew on me.
Cool.
I think so too. It definitely opened up, and I wonder. I mean, this is probably as open as it's gonna get. In like an hour,
Yeah,
right?
that's
So
true.
Yeah, it's not getting any.
okay, so it's a solid. It's a solid. And that was a Freak Show 2020 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sauvignon.
And we have numerology coming up next. Go ahead and give us a like and give us a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please.
You can see our faces and see the spread and see everything. Go ahead and like, review, and was it follow? Subscribe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
follow,
Subscribe.
sub.
Yeah, on Apple Podcast, Spotify.
Keep Doreen company in the reviews department.
Yes,
Yeah,
give us a
man.
review.
Join
What do you
me.
think?
Join me.
It
Yeah.
could be bad, but also
I know you're at home thinking, wow, those girls are pretty, right?
the wine and the divination. Strong.
It's strong. I'm going to leave them a review.
Yes.
Do it. Do it.
And wineanddivination.com, wine.divination,
Join our coven.
Instagram, Discord, what other buzzwords? YouTube, Spotify,
Apple Podcasts,
Twitter.
Podbean.
Boring. Twitter, boring, but do it anyway.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you want to stay up to date on our newest episodes and when they're coming in your Twitter head, then follow us on Twitter. Why not?
Yeah, I think I'm the only follower right now. Please follow.
Rip, please follow us.
Okay, that's about it.
Okay, so
Thank you.
bye.